And have you been taking them out to new places much?
Not so much lately, no. Yeah.
And you said they were getting better for a little while, and then you feel like you've gone backwards a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you were taking them out more frequently when they were getting better?
Probably, yeah, compared to, like, because I remember you told us to take them out like 5 days a week, 1 hour a day, and we were doing that, so they definitely got better.
Yeah, I think definitely bringing more exposure into the more built up areas is going to help a lot.
Yeah.
And just keep going with that, because there's kind of like, I guess, a threshold you've got to hit. So when you have a dog, say, that's quite uncertain, and we start the training, and then say we start to get a bit of progress, and then if we drop off a little bit, it's very easy for them to start to revert back. So I think, as we kind of spoke last time, I think that exposure to new places is probably going to be one of the main things we need to keep up.
Right.
More better. So like if you're doing, say, 5 hours a week, that should be enough to keep them moving forward, but it needs to be consistent.
Yeah. And does it need to be, because you say exposing them to new places, does it need to be new, like just kind of change up the scenery? Because we've been going down to the local park, but like we haven't really been going to the beach because it's just like, you know, like...
So when you say park, are they just off lead running around?
No, we've been
on lead?
exercising the short lead and like tugging them when they're, you know, lunging or getting distracted or, you know.
So I'd probably be going places like Kumu Town would be like a good example, like built up areas, and working around them. Think about every time they lunge is a reaction, right? It's no different to this type of reaction. So they're reacting because they're uncertain of something. One of the biggest things we've talked about is just the exposure to new things. So when dogs start to behave in this manner, one of the main reasons is a form of insecurity. So insecurity of new things, or lack of exposure to new things, can sometimes make them act this way. So one of the ways we always try to tackle a situation like this, when they're barking at new people coming to the door, things like that, is we up the exposure to new situations, which helps build confidence. Easiest way I could kind of explain it to you is when we go into lockdown, we all kind of lock in the house, we get a bit all like, we get a bit antisocial, we go back into the real world, and we're kind of like, it takes us 3 or 4 weeks to kind of readjust to talking to people. So it's same with dogs, however their communication isn't like with humans we get a little bit awkward, whereas dogs, they have instincts that kick in. So that's kind of what we're starting to see here with this behaviour. Cool? So you spoke about when people come over, you're putting them in the crate. You've said certain situations you might use the crate, so if they barked and it was uncontrollable, you might put them in the crate at that point. They're sleeping in the crate?
No, they're not.
Where are they sleeping at the moment?
So they'll sleep in our bedroom, but they've got like a little designated
They're
area.
on the floor?
Yeah.
Okay. You might be best off just picking a spot for the crates, if this is where it's going to be, and just leaving them there.
Yeah, right.
When we bring them out, what is their... so is there any situations when you bring them out they're reacting?
Yes, yeah. So she, actually both of them, she has bitten my auntie before, and she'll probably go for someone else as well. He's been in a contract before, but the thing is, I believe that he follows her, because he was fine the first time I met him. Like, he was as naughty, I know, but when I met him when he was a rescue dog and I was dealing with him, he was joking with me and loved me. Same with when he met these guys, loved them and everything. But now that he's seen that she's being quite cautious of strangers, he's kind of taken on that, But for the most part, like they'll, if they had the opportunity and I opened the door and a guest came, like they would definitely run out and they would like probably try and I guess scare them off or bite them or whatever it is.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I definitely think taking them separately is a good thing to start to implement, and you'll start to get to see it. You'll see a true representation of what potentially could be going wrong. So like you said, you take one off on its own and it's like it's acting completely different. Oh, it's getting security from the other one. You know, and that's where it's getting its confidence from, which can be, it's kind of like a codependent relationship. It can be quite dangerous and toxic in a sense, and it can actually cause a lot of issues because they're triggering each other and winding each other up. So actually by taking them separately, it helps them build confidence on their own. So when you bring them back together, it's easier to deal with them together, if that makes sense. So I think the next thing we need to address is just these reactions at the front door. What I wouldn't mind doing is we're going to do 2 things. I want to take you for a walk with them on a long line, so show you the long line stuff. And that's going to give me a bit of a gauge on how they're acting in the environment around the house. And I might be able to show you some boundaries to set as you're out walking around the property, which might help bring down some of that territorial behaviour as well.